Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate all you guys, man, watching all the videos. You guys are the GOATs, bro. I want you guys to know, everyone that clicks on these videos, man, God bless you guys. Hope everything goes good for you, your family, your friends, everything in life. I know it could be hard. Much love to all you guys. I'm trying to give you that positivity today. We are going to be talking about Ballon d'Or rankings, all right, because it's approaching us, and we have some new rankings from Score 90, May 2025 rankings. We also have updated betting odds. We've got a couple other websites that have thrown their power plays, their power rankings on the Ballon d'Or right now. We're going to go through them. We're going to break them down. If you enjoy the video, drop a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments how you are feeling about these rankings. I posted this on TikTok yesterday, so you may have seen it. But I posted it and I said, look, I can't just limit myself to 2 minutes. I got to yap about this. I want to talk about it. Lamine Yamal is crazy. He's in the driver's seat. He's at number 1 in all of these. Betting odds by a lot of people's rankings. Number 1, bro, a 17-year-old Lamine Yamal. Are you deep diving how crazy it is if he wins the Ballon d'Or? I don't know. I feel like for a few years we've been searching for the next Messi, Ronaldo. I feel like people have been getting a little depressed. We don't know what's going to happen. Who's going to lead the next generation, bro? Man, Lamine Yamal, he's done only but that. I feel like Lamine Yamal this year, no matter what happens. I mean, dude, he would have almost had the perfect year in football. If Barcelona could have held the ball for 3 minutes and been in the Champions League final and won, he would have had the perfect year of football. He would have been the best player in the world. He would have won the Euro, which I guess the award was factored into Rodri winning that last year. But still, this season, man, oh my God, he's almost done it perfectly. Now, he's up at number 1. Dembele's at 2, Rafinha's at 3, Pedri's at 4, Salah's at 5. So get in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We do have a couple months left of this award. We don't have that much that's going to decide it left. We have a couple of things, and we're going to talk about it. So don't expect these rankings to change much. These are kind of going to be close to the rankings, at least the players that will be in the top 5. They will move around a little. I'm going to tell you, I read through the TikTok comments. There was a lot of them. And, you might be saying, hey, well, you're reading TikTok opinions. But you know what? I like to read opinions. A lot of people, I was surprised. No one really said anything about Yamal. Like, I think Yamal is the best player in the world. I think Pedri is probably the second best. Just in terms of talent, I'm not a statistic merchant. I play the game. Just watching the game, what these two are doing, I think they're the best this year. I just do. And I know all you will say I'm a Barca glazer. It's okay. It's okay. I don't really care if you think that. It's all good. I like to watch good football. Yamal, for me, his ability to contribute to the team in a big match has been crazy. And you know what? I think a lot of people look at Yamal at number 1 and they say, well, he doesn't have the stats, right? Because people are big into stats. And you know what? I hear the point. Guys, Mo Salah this year, in terms of what he's done in the Premier League, goals and assists, we'll go through it. You can see it right here. I mean, look at how many goals and assists this guy has this season. He's got 28 goals and 18 assists. Now, he slowed down a little bit with statistics. We thought he was going to break every record. We did. But he's done really, really well, this year. And, statistically, he's been great. But obviously, they had an early exit in the Champions League. And I'll tell you this, for Salah's case for this award, yes, he's had this season. But what I will say is that the way that Salah performed, and I think it is fair to hold him to it, against Nuno Mensch in that knockout game, over 2 legs, was horrible. Now, I can't fully blame Salah because of watching the way the Liverpool attack just crumbled. He really had nothing, but individually, I felt like he played horrible. So he's been dropping the Ballon d'Or rankings. Look, the TikTok comments, what they said looking at this, and you guys can make your own. I'll tell you the 3 things they said, okay? They said Rafinha's too low. He should be in front of Dembele. That's number 1. The second thing they said is Dembele is not going to win the Ballon d'Or. They said if he wins the Ballon d'Or, this award is horrible. We're going to break that down. They all said Dembele should not win. I saw it like 20 times. And they all said Salah's being disrespected too much. He should be a bit higher. So that's what TikTok had said. Not really too much about Yamal. I didn't see much about Pedri, which I guess is checking out for the eye test at this point, that those two have sold people on how good they are and how good they've been this season. Obviously, I told you guys, for me, Lamine Yamal, not the craziest statistics. And the main thing that people say with him is that he's only got 7 goals in La Liga. But this is the thing when people say that I'm like, I don't think they watch Lamine Yamal, because I look at Lamine Yamal as not necessarily a goal scorer. I don't. I think his best ability is to pick out an amazing pass. Whether he's on the wing, beats a player or two, cuts inside, plays that diagonal, or, he's on the wing, he baits you inside for that finesse, and he outside foots the pass to the back post. Guys, he's had 20 assists this season. He's had 12 assists in La Liga. And he's got an average match rating this season in 52 matches of an 8.0. That's not normal at all. By the way, that is not normal at all. So, look, he can score goals. He's got 16 and 52. It's not an amazing return, but man, he's contributed 36. It's just the beauty the kid plays with. I think he's the best player in the world. So, I'm not looking at this ranking, and I'm not objectively sitting here saying, how could he be number one? What I will tell you is this, based off all those TikTok comments I said. The Rafinha situation, I understand. I understand why people are saying that about Rafinha. If you look at statistically what he's done this season, he's got 34 goals and 22 assists and 54. I mean, that's just ridiculous. 8.1. So if you're a stat merchant, I can hear that. You may feel like Rafinha winning La Liga, winning Copa del Rey, Champions League semifinals, maybe he's deserving of the number one. We take a look at Ousmane Dembele. Statistically, it's nothing insane. He's got 21 goals in 28 games in the Ligue 1. I don't really take that league super seriously. 8.0. He has been doing well in the Champions League. 8 and 4 and 14. He's been a huge contributor to them. And look, the fact of the matter is, I look at this ranking, and I say this to myself. He's number 2 right now. If PSG win the Champions League, does he go to number 1? Because I feel like this Ballon d'Or ranking in the last couple of years is way less about individual talent. It's more about a combination of statistics and trophies. We've seen it many times. There's many examples of how a trophy can impact it. And the Champions League trophy this year is the most important trophy. It is. It's the most important trophy. So does that change the landscape of things? Well, who won the award last year? Not Vinny Jr. So that makes an interesting one. But Rodri won because the Euro was the most important trophy, right? So that I guess or I guess what's the word? It's like a trump card in cards. It trumped it. So look, that is something to consider. The odds wise, guys, I wanted to point this out. This is what the betting odds have. I talked about this yesterday. I don't feel like odds are that wrong. So the bookies think, and Vegas, let me tell you, man, they know how to put a line. I mean, they are like usually pretty close, right? The bookies seem to think that Rafinha is the second, Salah's the fourth, and Pedri is the fifth, which this ranking, I actually kind of agree with. I'm going to be honest, guys. I kind of agree with this top 5. I don't know how you guys like it, but so example, Lamine Yamal is favored, Rafinha's favored a little less, and then Dembele's favored a good amount less. I mean, you could bet $100, and if Dembele wins, you'll get $400. Now, I don't bet. I don't support betting, but what I'm trying to get you guys to understand is kind of the likelihood. If you bet 100 on Yamal, you win 150. So you get 250 back. Dembele, you get 500 back. So Yamal is much more favored than Dembele. I don't know what you guys' thoughts are, man. I mean, guys, look, I look at the ranking, and I think from the eye test, yeah, Yamal has been the best player this year. I mean, Barca, he's played insane in every single big match. He's been insane. He was a man of the match in that Champions League semifinal versus Inter, both games. I mean, he's just been ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous, like unfathomably insane. So I'm cool with it. I don't know what really changes with this ranking too much besides this Champions League trophy. Now, this is the scenario I'll give you. If Dembele scores a brace, if Dembele has 3 assists, if Dembele has 2 or 3 goals, and they do beat Inter Milan, does that change your opinion? I don't know. I think that's where things get much more close. If Dembele is a non-factor in this final, if PSG do win the Champions League final, I still don't think Dembele wins. So if you are in the camp of supporting Dembele for this, I think Dembele can win this award, but I think he has to have a very good final. I think he's going to have to play very well in the final and also win. I think there's a lot riding on it because we're seeing agents, we're seeing a lot of people that do the votes for the Ballon d'Or, and they are all coming out saying, look, this Lamine Yamal is the best player in the world. And what that means, well, they're going to vote for him in this ranking. So it's going to take a lot for Dembele in the eyes of people, I think, to really overcome that. The craziest part with the Ballon d'Or rankings, I want to show you guys this, bro. This was the ranking from February. Salah was number 1. Rafinha was 2. Mbappe was 3. Vinny was 4. Lewa was 5. March, Rafinha went up to 1. Salah went to 2. Mbappe stayed at 3. Pedri got all the way up to 4. And Vinny was 5. So that was that ranking. And now, this is where we are here. So this is the ranking as of May. This is the full 20. And I kind of wanted to show you guys this just to break it down because I think it is interesting. So Vinny's dropped all the way down to 19. Dumfries got into the equation at 20. You got Thuram at 16. Hakimi at 17. Bastoni 14. Kane at 13. The crazy part with Kane actually this season is second in the world for goals and assists, by the way. So is Marmoush, which is crazy. Marmoush is 3. So that's just crazy to see. Um, but yeah, we take a look at the rest. They got Kvaratskhelia at 11, Vitinha at 12, Lewandowski at 10, Barella at 9, Donnarumma at 8. That's quite interesting. So it looks like Donnarumma is going to win the Golden Glove, the best keeper award in the world. He will get that one. Mbappe dropped to 7. Lauti dropped to 6. Lauti went up to 6. Salah dropped. So you've seen the top 5. So that's interesting to see as well, seeing Donnarumma at number 8. But look, like for me, that makes sense. And imagine Donnarumma goes crazy in this final as well, and he's a huge reason they win, right? He could move up into the top 5. I'll be honest. He might. Probably not. Probably like 6. But you look at the top 5. I mean, that's what I mean. I feel like this top 5 is solidified. How are any of these 5 players going to drop out of the top 5? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe the Barca bias is too much, but you got Rafinha who's got... Does Rafinha have a better... Rafinha has... Let me see this here. Let me pull up this here. I want to go see this here. Just as a closing thought here. So, Salah... Let's see what we got for Salah here. Salah, this season, has 33 goals and 23 assists in 50. Right? You see what he's done in the Premier League. He's not done as well in the Champions League. And he didn't do that well in the Cup. But he's got that. So he's got 56. And then Rafinha, I think Rafinha also had 56, right? Rafinha had 56. So, the way I look at it, I think it's going to be tough. Yeah, I know you guys feel like Salah might be disrespected, but I just think, I don't know. I think that, Barca was a better team this season than Liverpool. So I understand it. I do get it. I'm just trying to understand all sides of it. I really don't try not to have too much bias here. I guess I'm just looking at this, and I'm trying to sit here and comprehend, like, are we going to see Lamine Yamal win a Ballon d'Or this year? Is that about to happen? Is that about to happen? Because I'm, like, trying to look at this and think, how could Lamine Yamal not win the Ballon d'Or? It looks like he's the favorite. Maybe Rafinha gets it because Rafinha has a hat trick or two to end the season now. I don't know. And that would be all, if PSG don't win, Dembele has zero chance. PSG has to win for him to have a chance. So they still have to get by that last game. And then if you look here, Ballon d'Or power rankings, it's Dembele's to lose. So this website, I'm not going to go through the full rankings, but let's go with the top 10. Lewandowski at 10, Lauti at 9, Mbappe at 8, Kane at 7, Pedri at 6. So they have Salah at 5, who is 5 in the other one. Pedri is at 6. Who goes to 4? They have Donnarumma at number 4. Wow. Well, it has now been 62 years since Lev Yashin became the first, and thus far only goalkeeper to win the Ballon d'Or. There is always a place for the world's best shot stoppers. Wow, 4. Rafinha 3. They have Yamal at 2, and they have Dembele at number 1. They have Dembele at number 1, which is quite interesting. Guys, I'm not sure I would agree with that because I just think, yes, Dembele has had a very good season. I think this PSG team, I think he's been very good for them. The PSG team, man, it's tough to say his impact. I watched some of the games. He has some very good games. I still feel like Dembele has some moments where if his finishing was even better, he would have had like another 10 or 15 goals this year. I don't know, man. I feel like that I can't get with this Dembele Ballon d'Or. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. I'm not gonna waffle too much longer here, but what's your final thoughts on this, man? I just wanted to yap about it a little bit. I don't know. I feel like my mind, if Dembele has a hat trick in the UCL final and they win or like 2 goals, I would be okay with it. But right now, no way. No way, because I would look at this and I would say, I feel like what Yamal and definitely what Rafinha have done are deserving over it. I think it's going to be always hard for Pedri, Donnarumma to win a Ballon d'Or. It's not easy. You got to do something like Modric did, right? Or Rodri did. It's not easy. And then Salah too. I mean, guys, are you Salah or Dembele? Salah or Dembele this season? I don't know. It's such a crazy one. So let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. We might be seeing a 17-year-old win the Ballon d'Or, bro. That's crazy. And I'll tell you this, bro. This is a closing thought on Yamal. Even if he doesn't win it this year, I think he might win it next year. I'm dead ass. Like, Barcelona is only going to be better. They're keeping everybody. This kid is going to get better. The last critique I see with Yamal, besides the 7 goals in the league, which means they don't understand Yamal anyways, because I don't look at him as a goal scorer, is that they say that he's going to be like, he can't run. He's not going to run at 22 or 23 because he's going to be so tired. I don't know, man. I'm not messing with that one either. It's like people just want to find a reason why they can't believe their eyes. And you know what? we got to enjoy this kid, bro, because he's insane. All right, he's insane. Thanks for watching, guys. I wanted to yap a bit. See you later. Peace.